If you've ever signed a client on a once-off project and you've wondered how you can transition them to a retainer offer, in this video, I'm going to break down how to create stickiness within your packages and your offers and show you some of the real-life example retainer packages that can get clients staying on for 6 and 12 months and even longer with you. So make sure you stick around for this video because this is going to be action-packed. I'm going to jump my iPad. So let's jump my iPad because I think the best way to explain this is to go for a bit of a scale. And before I jump into this, I want to kind of emphasize that there is multiple ways you can do this, right? And when I talk about retainers with clients, the main reason why, and probably why you're watching this video, I can take a pretty good guess, is you want recurring revenue for you. Is that correct? Yes, you do. You want to make more money. Maybe you want to scale to 30, 50K, even 100K plus a month. We got some clients doing 100K plus per month, and it's really cool revenue wise. Your client doesn't want to sign a retainer. I just want to emphasize this. And I've reviewed so many of my clients' calls over the years where they say, hey, do you want to sign up to our retainer package? No one wants to fucking sign up to your retainer package. Just emphasizing that going into you. So when we talk about retainers, internally, we're talking about it with you because you understand what it is. Don't call your package a retainer package. I'm going to just say that because pisses me off. Anyway, let's talk about the retainer offer sticky scale because I think if you can get what I'm about to share with you here, this is how you actually get clients to stay on longer. It's by understanding what offers actually stick. Because I remember a mentor years ago said to me, "Is like if you want clients to stay with you longer, you need to become electricity bill within inside their business." Just imagine, I've got some studio lights and stuff filming on. Also got some daylight coming in for today in this video. To keep the lights on, I will always make sure I keep the lights on to provide for my family. And the same for you. You will get to a point in your business where you will make sure you make enough money that you can pay your rent, pay your mortgage, or pay whatever it is that you have to pay, that you have to keep the lights on. So you always go and sign 1 or 2 clients, right? That's using you as an example. We also want to think like that when it comes to our clients. We want to figure out how can we become more important in their business. So when a pandemic or something comes up in the next couple of years, global financial crisis potentially, that they don't drop us because we're nice to have. Because the honest truth about video marketing and video production as itself, it's a nice to have thing. Because when you look at just creating the videos, it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to have a brand video. It's a nice thing to get it professionally filmed. With today's age, for a cheaper budget, I can get it all done on my iPhone and produce high quality videos sometimes than some people who know how to shoot on one of these cameras that sit behind me. So the reason I'm emphasizing that as we go into this sticky scale, I want you to take that quote in mind. It's like, think about how can we become electricity bill in our client's business. A really good way of framing that is how to become a partner. So let's talk about some of the offers that I've seen across the board working with clients that are more sticky on the right and less sticky on the left. So the first one, if we zoom into this, is what we call the content only offer. So the content only offer is essentially where you just do like the filming. So this is probably what you're used to. Client asks you for a video, you film their event, you film their production, and like realistically, it's nothing to keep them sticking. If you film someone's event, why do they need you to film their next event? A really good example in the wedding space is like you film someone's wedding, you're not going to keep filming their wedding because the wedding's done. Like it's not a retainer offer for you. So this is where I think about offer designers. I think about the concept of, is this client going to buy more of this? And if they're not, we're not solving a problem consistently, they're probably not. So content only, if they're just wanting their event filmed, they're wanting just their wedding film, it's a content only offer. And we can see it's really easy to deliver. It's actually really easy to sell, by the way, but it's not sticky. It doesn't keep people on long term. The next one we have is content and strategy. Now, this is similar to the first one. In my eyes, what content and strategy is where a client comes to you and they're looking for some input on their strategy, which is, hey, I don't really know what videos I need. Can you help me out with a bit of strategy? Do I need to do short form, long form? Should I do Instagram Reels, TikTok? Should I do YouTube strategy? This is where you help them come up with a strategy. Maybe it's a brand video. You help them do the pre-production. You create that story. This one's a little bit more sticky because there's a little bit more emphasis on you providing them with the strategy instead of them just coming with their idea. Now, this is where you might be sitting right now, where you do a little bit of strategy, do the pre-production, maybe do the design of the video, you understand the scripting, and yeah, it's a little bit sticky. It's got some stick to it, but realistically, it's not a retainer offer. If you're just creating a once-off brand video, you're not doing that every single month. if it's Instagram Reels, if your price point is 3 to 5K, which is the average of what most of our clients have, if it's just content and it's just the filming of it, they're going to get, overwhelmed with the amount of content that they have when you film it. And I want to share with you a real life example, because when I first started out, I started in 2016, started doing video as a hobby. I started my first video business in 2017. Very quickly, I learned this lesson. This is why I'm filming this video, because if you don't learn this lesson now, you're going to continue down this path. And the lesson was, one of my very first clients, we already had these packages. We had a 2K product, a 3K product, and a 5K product. Now, all of these were retainers or monthly content packs where we'd post 10, 15, and 20 videos. I think that was the package back then. This was 2017. I remember one of my clients, we had filmed the first month and she was on the low pack and it was 2K per month at the time. We were still learning this and figuring it out. And I went to my business partner at the time, because the lady who I was working with came to me and said, hey, Ed, I think we need a pause because I've got all this content that I'd filmed. We filmed the other month, but I haven't posted it. I haven't used it yet. So I feel like I'm wasting that if we do another month. And I want you to pause for a second and think about it. Have you ever had a client that you filmed videos for and they haven't posted it, and then they're going, oh, we don't need more videos because we haven't posted it? It's a very common industry issue. And the reason why it's an issue is your client honestly most of the time doesn't know how to do it. Unless they have a marketing team, most of the time they do it. And they have a marketing team, fantastic. But also, the marketing team usually doesn't know how to use the assets. I remember I've worked with multiple marketing agencies where they've had no idea how to use the videos that were produced to them. So again, being that strategist, it's awesome, but if they don't post the content, they're not going to stay. And I remember my client literally had this conversation with her where she said, I don't know if I need to do more content until I finish these. And I had a panic call with my business partner straight after. I said, hey dude, we need to change the model. We need to do something to fix this. This is where it led to the next thing. And this is where it came to the solution. Our solution became the social media management for it. And I know if you're a filmmaker, videographer, and you're watching this right now and you're like, man, I just want to do the filming. Here's some tough love that you need to hear. If you're just doing the filming in 2025, 2026, 2027, you are going to be left behind. You're going to have other people who are going to take over this service. And this is where, if you want to get paid more, you want clients to stay with you longer, this is where you need to level up your services. Hey, you might not want to do the posting of the content for the client. And that's totally cool. There's many softwares out there. There's a software called Metrical, Later. There's multiple scheduling tools you can use. You can pre-schedule all of this. Even with ChatGPT these days, you can write the captions for them. When I used to schedule content for clients, I would sit down for 2 hours once a month with all the content and get it done for all their clients. It didn't take a lot of time. Overthinking it. So just so you're aware, you can pay someone else. You can pay a VA. I pay my VA these days to post my content for me because yes, it's time consuming. It's not that fun. You want to be in the creative. But I can tell you right now, if you're looking for more retainers, and that's why you probably clicked on this video, to get some more stickiness, you've really got to create an offer that creates it. So where I find this is this middle point. This is where we start to get some more stickiness within our retainer offer, where we get clients to stay on us longer period of time. Now, the price point that I usually see this, it's around about a 3 to 5K a month price point, depending on the market. And that's to deliver that service. And what that looks like, that could be a 3-month content package that you post the content for them and they're paying you 3 to 5K to do this for them. This here is like the sweet spot. This is where you don't have to promise massive results, but you're managing their time issue. And the big problem that they have is they have time issues. They don't have time to post it themselves. Even my business right now, I don't have time to post on my videos. I am heavily involved in the creation of it because I understand how to film, I understand how to edit, but I do have a team behind the scenes to edit these videos, post this content on social media, create the thumbnails, all that kind of stuff. That is handled by my team. It's actually handled by my VA, and there's a system behind this, right? You get to do that for your clients because they don't have time to do it. So this is where the sticky point is. Moving on to these last three. These are probably, if we're talking about leveling up a little bit more and getting to charge more, these are a little bit more harder to do, right? This is why I put up the top here. Like the hard scale is the harder they are, like you need to learn these skill sets. So these three here, the first one we got is a YouTube strategy. The second is a podcast or video podcast. And the third is a paid ad funnel strategy. And I want to put some numbers here to inspire you, but just to kind of explain it. Here we're looking at least a 4 to 10K plus a month retainer. Video podcasts, we're looking at a 3 to 10K plus. And paid ads, we're looking at a 5 to 10K plus retainer. This is monthly retainer. And the reason why I'm putting these numbers on here, they might scare you or excite you, is these require a higher level of skill. So YouTube, for example, understanding what videos they need to create. You need to create the SEO, understand what the topics are. You need to also produce the videos. Longer form is obviously, more intense to create than short form. Being able to build their brand and build a YouTube channel and turn it into a lead generating machine. YouTube for us, it's a brand awareness. It's you're watching this content because you've come from one of our other videos, if you come from our emails, or you've been sent here by myself or the team to check out this video, right? Like it's a nurturing system. That's what YouTube is. It's a strategy, used in businesses to build brand. I'm not here to build a massive million subscribers, right? And that's not your goal when we look at YouTube strategy for clients. And this is why I'm emphasizing here. The goal of this is to generate leads and sales, right? Not really to build a YouTube channel. So just when I think about YouTube offer, I think YouTube strategy on how to turn their YouTube channel into a lead generating machine using SEO, frequently asked question videos. And there's a whole book that you can watch that talks about this, or read, sorry. I think it'd be really great. One's called The Visual Sale, and the other one's called, it's from the same guy. I'll have to think about it. I'll put it in the description down below, but there's two books from the same guy. One's called The Visual Sale. Actually, no, I do know the answer. It's called They Ask, You Answer. It's by a great author. Forgot his name. But he should be in the links to the description for those two books if you want to get it. They will talk a lot about this here. And I think if you can understand the strategy behind YouTube, it's not about creating a YouTube channel to help them go viral. It's about creating a YouTube channel that gets them leads and sales and that they can use in their blogs, use it in the SEO. It's really important, especially with AI and how people are searching for you. Like when you make a buying decision, like if you're looking to work with us in coaching, you're probably watching this video because you're wanting to learn if I actually know what I'm talking about. You want to get some trust, you want to build some relationship, and maybe you just stumble across this video and this is just the topic you're interested about. Either way, you're researching YouTube as a search channel where you're looking for answers, right? Same when I go and buy a new phone or a new camera, I always look at YouTube. So really powerful if you can understand the strategy behind it. Leading to the last two, and this is where a few of our clients who implement these strategies, most of the clients who do these two here are doing around 50 to 100K per month. Does that mean you have to do these? No. We've got one of our clients, Nelson, which there should be a case study on our YouTube channel. Nelson from Vibes Creative, who does the video podcast. I remember sitting down with him a couple of years ago, literally going through his offerings, where he was basically doing pretty much every brand video, case study, event videos, pretty much filming everything. But he had his own podcast and he started doing podcasts for clients. I remember sitting down with him going, dude, if you want clients to stay with you for 12 months and spend more money with you, do a video podcast for them. Do the whole thing. Do the posting, the filming, the production, the short form content from it, the audio up to Spotify, create the thumbnails, do long form content, even invite the guests, get the guests on their podcast. Now, he took that advice and he's built over 100K per month video agency. He is a hard worker and he did that because he got really clear on this offer. And the reason why clients will stay around longer with him is it's a really sticky offer. However, behind the scenes of that business, it is a hard thing to deliver where you need to have a solid team. And again, not everyone's wanting to take this on. If you're watching this, you might go, oh, I don't want to have a product that's too hard to deliver. And that's okay. Just be aware that the stickiness of your offer is just not going to be there. This is why if you're going in this territory, we're looking for stickiness. It's going to be a little bit harder. And if you pull it off, you'll have the payoff of having a business that's going to be paying you 50 to 100K plus per month. That's if you want that. If you want to stay below that and do some just simple stuff, you're probably going to stay between these two here if you don't want more of a sticky offer. So just bring awareness to this. You don't have to do a video podcast to be successful. That's just an option that you can do, right? The last one, and again, this is probably, it's actually not that hard to deliver in my opinion. It's a new skill you've got to learn, right? And this is where if you can start to run paid ads, run their funnels and generate your customers a sale, this is where you become their engine. You create a marketing and sales engine for them and you generate them sales. They will stay with you. If you can generate them money and help them make money and you know how to track it by having a sales system that you've built for them, by running their ads, which could be Meta, it could be YouTube ads, could be Google ads, and running it to a sales funnel that you control the metrics by the videos that are inside these funnels, via sales, case studies, all that kind of stuff. And then the ads, and you create all this as plus their personal, their branding and their content on their page. It's where you can charge 5, 10K plus, even more on a monthly basis because you can generate a return on investment. If you can help them get their money back from your marketing and you can help them 10x their investment with you, This is the game changer. And this one, when I say it's not that hard to pull off, it's just a new skill set you learn. You turn into what we call like a hybrid of like an agency and a video production companies where you're blending both of those together. Now, in some cases, what some clients do, instead of doing this themselves, they actually partner with an agency on the side. Now, I don't like that approach because you have less control. And I like to, when I'm building a business, I like to control all the components, because when things go wrong and you've got a partner that doesn't deliver on their promise, kind of fucks things up. So my suggestion is learn this skill. And hey, maybe it's a product you think about testing, and maybe you get a couple of beta clients and you test out running ads for them. I know I've got some clients in our programs that test this out and they start running ads for their clients, and it can work really well. And that's where they get their confidence from. So it does start with, you've got to test it. You can't go suddenly charge 10K tomorrow if you've never done ads before. You're just going to get, you're going to get a lot of skeptical people from the get-go. But if you get a couple of wins, maybe you test it out with some of your clients you're already working with and say, hey, we're looking to add an additional service where we run your ads for you and we build the video funnel out for you. Would you be open to that? You could get a client that could pay you 2 to 3K per month just for that service. Right? I remember I used to run ads for clients and charge them 2K just for writing their ad copy. This is before ChatGPT, and running their ads, which is a simple lead form. Got tons of videos on our YouTube channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, that we go into more depth on some of the funnels. But I used to run ads for clients with some offers as a bonus thing. And this is where, again, if we're looking at stickiness and getting clients to stay with us longer, this is where these offers start to come into play. So I know I've covered a lot, but to give a quick overview, and I want to kind of land this on a note for you to take away from here. Number one is, if you're looking to get clients on a retainer for a 6, 12 month or even longer, start thinking about how you can become the electricity bill inside their business. How can you be part of their growth? And when you're part of their growth, you're part of their success. And this is where, when you're part of their success and they're growing and they're making money and their business is successful, you start to make more money. And those clients, you get better case studies. The longer a client works with you, the better result they get. Also, when you have some of these offers that are talking about video podcasts or ads or YouTube and like content strategy where you post it for them, you're actually talking to their things that they actually want, a complete service that solves their problem. If you're just doing the content, you're going to always struggle down here to keep clients on board, because they're going to go to the next agency that solves their problem, because you just put a band-aid on their problem when you film a brand video. You don't actually solve their content marketing issue, because most businesses that you're going to see out there aren't consistent and they need someone to help them be consistent. So that's it for this video. I know I went deep on this, and I've got tons of other videos on my YouTube channel that go into deeper around topics around this. If you found this video helpful, what I'd love you to do is, number one, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as we bring at least 1 to 2 videos like this out every single week. Second thing is, drop a comment down below. What was your biggest takeaway? And what would you like to see in a future video covered on this channel? Would love to know. Make that comment down below so we can learn how we can create better content for you to help you grow your video business. And hey, if you ever think about working with us, some links down below that'll point you in the right direction if you're ever looking at workers. And if this is the only video that you ever watch and you never work with us, I hope you got value from today's video and you can take some insights and go and implement it into your business today. That's it for this video. I can't wait to see you in the next one.